Just got the Estima up on the hoist, doing its winter oil change prep here. Oh God, I've already done, oh man. I've already done a brake job today. Oh yeah, you just put a screwdriver through it, take it off. Does it look more expensive if I pour it like this? Oh. Focus. Woo. So, before you start, just pop off your oil cap. Usually on your oil cap, you might get lucky, it'll say, God, the lighting's not great in here. It'll say, focus. Woo. It'll say the weight of oil recommended. This is after its first winter in Canada. Still not too bad on the old corrosion. So, this is a 2006 Estima Hybrid. For anyone wondering, the Estima Hybrid is basically the 2AZ motor, I believe it is, which is the 2.4 liter Toyota 4-cylinder right there. There's a 13 horsepower electric motor, 13, 17, some not very powerful electric motor sandwiched in there, and then a CVT transmission. And then you'll notice there's this power cable going down here beside the exhaust. And then this right here is the rear electric motor. 28 horsepower or something like that. To make this electric all-wheel drive, which now the new Siennas are. But this is a 2006 Toyota with the all-wheel drive. Okay. And I'm just going to change the oil. So, drain plug here, filter right there. So, if you haven't done any maintenance on your own cars and you're just interested in interesting vehicles or whatnot, first thing you should start with when learning to do work on your own cars is oil changes. Ridiculously easy, relatively low risk as long as you are careful not to start engines without any oil in them. So, I'm going to crack this. I think this one, I believe, has a G-Ready magnetic billet drain plug in it, aftermarket from Japan. The stuff you find on your old van. Here, let me show you. That's a cool thing, huh? Sorry, the light's not great in here. Step one for any oil change, go buy the oil and the filter. You will look up what the filter is recommended for your car. There's usually a few options. I think it's better to change your oil more often, even if the filter and stuff like that is the cheaper variety. And, oh, lefty loosey. Alright. Now on a hoist, this is a little fun because I don't have the proper catch can. Let's see how far this shoots. Now, the nice thing with an aftermarket metal one is I can check, and there's nothing big, nothing huge for particulate on here, so that's good. Pop the drain, fill this. Is that how it's supposed to be hanging? So this could go forever.
It wasn't warm.
Oil filter wrench. Oil filter is right up here next to the oil pan on these. I always have a few different types of these oil filter wrenches around because sometimes the ones that fit, there's different positions these are always in, and like here, there's like an AC line next to it, so it's kind of tough to get it on there. Okay, it's turning. Luckily, I did the last oil change on here, and it's not too tight. Some mechanics and some parents, dad, are known for putting oil filters on too tight. And then they are always the ones that figure out first, oh yeah, you just put a screwdriver through it, take it off. It's funny, I've never had to do that in any of my cars. There we go. That's tight. This is just coming loose. The game with this is how little oil can you splash on yourself. Oh, oh. All right, just a few drops so far. A few drops, not too bad. Do you do it fast? Do you do it slow? What's the best way to get this off without getting a buttload of oil on you? I don't know. Filter off. Oily. This is carcinogenic. You're supposed to wear gloves. Put a little bit of oil. Rub it around this rubber ring so it doesn't ever get baked on to the motor and stay on there. And while you're at it, make sure that on the old one it came off. Because if you don't, you can put a new one on and double up on the gasket, at which point they'll pop loose while you're driving and all your oil will shoot out. Ask me how I know. These should just be hand tight. Hand tight. Done. This, did I wrench that tight? Doesn't hurt to double check. Alright. So, that was all of 5 minutes to drain everything. I'm lucky enough to have a hoist. You can put your car up on jack stands, or you can drive with some ramps to do this. So, this oil change would have been $120 Canadian at a lube shop, some kind, for full synthetic, 5 liters with filter. It's costing about $50 because there's almost always some form of synthetic oil on sale for a 5-liter jug at Canadian Tire. So, and then the filter's like $10. So, if you can do oil changes, it does really only take like 20 minutes when you get good at it, maybe 40 minutes to an hour if you're not, and you're saving $60. Even the tools you might need to gather to do it, that catch and the wrenches, the filter wrench, the tools are going to cost you under $60. So doing one at home, even if you have to buy the tools yourself every time, ends up costing about the same, maybe a little less. So I highly recommend, if you're just getting into cars, or even if you're not, and you just, money's tight, you want to save a bit, oil change, do your own oil changes, $60 for an hour's worth of work. It's good in my books. I don't know about you, I don't make that much money an hour. So we're going to lower this down, and then we're going to throw in the appropriate amount of oil. The thing that takes the longest with oil changes is often just losing stuff. So we're going to put my wrench. So the numbers on oil describe how thick it is. The smaller the number, the thinner the oil acts. It's the weight of the oil. The bigger the number, the thicker the oil. So for a winter oil, you want like a 5 or a 0, because if it's going to be minus 40, you want that oil to start from a place where it's thin. Luckily, with modern oils, they can engineer them where they kind of have dual weights. They aren't as temperature dependent, so they'll have a winter number and a summer number. So 5W30 will act like a 5 weight oil in the winter, cold temperatures, and will act like a 30 weight warm temperatures. So it's not as affected by temperature change as just a regular, say, SAE 30. Valvoline, full synthetic, not a sponsor. I do about 10,000 kilometers a year, annual oil changes. I used to do them every 6 months, regardless of mileage, but downpour, and life is expensive with kids and everything. So I check my oil regularly to make sure it's good and not going black too soon or anything like that. But about once a year, 10,000 kilometers on this car. My other car, I do about 15,000. I do it every 6 months in that car. Whoa. All right, who thought of this, Toyota? I'm always all about Toyota's clever stuff here. But if I put my hand straight down, that's where the funnel is. I need a different funnel. Do I have a different funnel? What did I do last time? That's an engine under the dash. Ooh! Madman! Oh, this is bad idea.
Oh my god, it's full on double
Funnel!
all the way across the sky.
Oh, let that pour out quick. Okay. It's working. It's not stupid if it works. Does it look more expensive if I pour it like this? Oh. Oops. I'm funnel limited here. I can only pour so fast because my nozzle's a little small. You know what I'm saying. If you're watching this and you don't own one of only a handful of these in North America, because I'm all about finding my niche on YouTube. If you don't own one of these, then it doesn't matter when I tell you how many liters of oil you're supposed to put in it. You know, is it 4? Is it 4.2? Is it 4.3? You can use the dipstick, you dipstick.
Still sassy.
To check it as you go. Now, I'm pretty certain at least 4 liters is good for damn near everything. So, just quickly look at this. And we're about 1 liter left in it from the 5 it came with. So, I'm gonna look at the dipstick and see what I need to finish. To find your dipstick, he's probably at home on the couch watching something. Or she. Equal opportunity here. Clean it really good. Rub all that oil off there. And then reinsert. And when it starts, not necessarily all the values in the engine have actually filled. It'll drop a little bit once it starts. So, but put 4 liters in, and looks like we're actually a little bit past full there. It's pretty easy to check. Don't check your oil like this, because what you'll find is oil runs downward, and you might look at it and be like, "Oh my God, we're low on oil." Oh wait, no, now it's good. We're over full now. You want to have it angled downward so that you're not fooling yourself. Unless you want to. I've had some cars where I want to convince myself that they're not actually as bad as they are. We've all been there. And you just put your cap back. Nice and tight. Sticks down. On that is an oil change on a JDM minivan. Thanks for watching. Oh God. Thanks for watching. Peace. If you want to learn to be a gearhead, work on your own cars, everything I do in my cars, I'm going to do a little video and I'll aim it at beginners. Or if it's something specific, I'll try and keep it some interesting info about the specific vehicles so that you can start working on your own stuff and save some money, which, hey, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. That's the only reason I have JDM cars, because I'm a goddamn cheapskate.